What's going on, y'all? This your boy Tony Black, voice of the block. And right now, you know you tuned in to Ghetto Gossip, man. And today, we're going to be talking about Lil Poppa. Lil Poppa lost his life, not due to the streets, but he did something to himself, that ended his life. A lot of people on the internet talking about how he OD'd. That wasn't the case. See, Lil Poppa was going through a lot of things. And when I checked out his music, I said, oh, I see what happened. I see what he did. Y'all checked out his music? Do y'all know who Lil Poppa is? Man, Lil Poppa was signed to CMG, you know. And then you had people saying that Yo Gotti sacrificed this guy. Do y'all know that Yo Gotti is already going through enough as is for y'all to sit here and add even more stress to that guy's life? Now, Lil Poppa was going through a lot of things too, mental health issues. He had a whole lot of people around him. And nobody seemed to care. All they wanted to do was just be around for the money and fame that he was putting out, bro. Am I lying or what? Because somebody could have easily talked to this guy, bro, and say, bro, we need to get you a little help. Y'all heard his music. Y'all heard how he was talking about taking himself out in his music. A lot of women liked it. A lot of people liked it. And I don't think they really understood the real meaning behind Poppa music, bro. Poppa was ready to end it all. He was ready to end himself. He didn't want no op to do it. He didn't want no narcotics to do it. See, that's what y'all thought, because he went through a breakup with his girlfriend, Rick Ross daughter. He was messing with. That's his ex. So of course that's gonna probably break his heart. So they say he was doing more and more and more, trying to get rid of the pain. That ain't what took him out, bro. They say that he got found in Atlanta, dog, in a room, by himself with one to the dome. He did it himself, man. Listen, before you go and do something like that, or before you go and do anything, bro, go and talk to somebody, bro. Because it's always a better way out. And the better way out, bro, is to just go and simply talk to somebody about your problems. Because they can stop you, probably at the end of the day if they ain't bad influence on your life, bro. Like, for real. Now, Poppa, he dropped some good music. He was signed to CMG. He was signed to them boys for about 4 years, bro. He signed when he was about 20, 21 years old. Because he lost his life at 25. So, 4 or 5 years he been signed to CMG, man. Listen, rest in peace to that boy Poppa, bro. Poppa was really putting out that music like Rod Wave. It was painful music. He really seen this coming to him, what he did to himself. He knew that he was gonna do this to himself. How do we know? Because he said it in his songs, bro. He said it in multiple of his songs. Somebody hadn't put me on his music, and I heard it about 3-4 songs. I'm like, okay, that's enough for him. The music and the sound and everything, it sound good. It's different from a lot of other people, but it wasn't something that wasn't fitting right with me. And that's what it was that wasn't fitting right with me, bro. He was talking about something that I really couldn't, grab to, something that I couldn't understand, something that, it was a reason why I couldn't understand it, bro. And y'all need to stop being so fanned out and really sit there and think about what these people is really saying in these music, because us as fans, we could have really got this guy some help too. It's not just the people around him. See, we as a people that listened to that and made it, get plays and spins and came to his concerts and all of that, we could have stopped it, bro. Because y'all fans knew the type of music that Poppa was putting out. Y'all knew it word from word. So y'all knew exactly what he was saying. No, y'all didn't care. Y'all just wanted to go and have a good time, bro. And this goes to all fans, bro. And the artist that's your favorite artist, you got to really listen to what they saying, and y'all just got to start putting under their comment section and shit like that. Like, bro, something ain't right. Something ain't fitting right. Just like I said about Youngboy, how something wasn't fitting right with him. But now As y'all can see, a lot of things is fitting right with NBA YoungBoy. So y'all got to make sure that y'all check on y'all loved ones, bro, because you know at any second, bro, it can be taken from you or them. Like if you hear them talking crazy, bro, talking about how they want to do something to themselves, bro, after they just went through something, bro. If you can't talk to them, you need to get somebody to talk to them. You know, it's only right. That's only if you care about that person. Now, if you don't care about that person, that's a whole different story. Maybe you shouldn't be talking or dealing around that person if you don't want to, what I'm saying, see that person succeed and get that person some help. If you see that that person needs some help, bro, you know, that's what we got to start doing as a team, bro, to stick together and stop trying to knock each other off and stop trying to hate on one another, bro, because that ain't the way to go, bro. You know, this guy been going through whatever he been going through for a long time. It ain't just one time that he went through this and just decided to just end it all, bro. He been going through this for some years, bro. Maybe 5, 10 years before he even decided to do what he, did, bro. So, yeah. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, bro. You can't really never be so quick to jump to the gun and say, hey, just because, he liked to do a certain type of, narcotic, that's what, took him out. No. That dude was going through so much pain, bro. And that goes to show y'all, bro, that money don't solve a problem. Money can't solve your issues and make them disappear, bro. Only God can, bro. But you gotta want to get rid of that yourself. See, if you don't want to get help, you're gonna fail, And I blame the people that's around him and us, bro, that was listening to his music, bro. Because if we wouldn't have never been listening to this guy music, he wouldn't have had no motivation to probably do this stuff. He would have been able to talk to somebody else. Well, okay, he was talking to us, telling us, his problems and what was going on, but we ain't care. We was just listening to the music because it sounded good, because you was hurt. So you wanted to go and turn on some Poppa, not really knowing what Poppa was saying in his music. If y'all feeling what I'm saying, y'all let me know in the comment section, bro. It ain't really too many rappers that went out the way that Poppa went out, bro. A lot of these rappers get knocked off by a op or just heavy use, So, rest in peace to this dude, Poppa, man. And I want to pray for his family. Jacksonville just took a big loss. Y'all know Yo Gotti just took a big loss. Because that was Yo Gotti artist, bro. He was signed to Yo Gotti for a minute, bro. And he was a real nigga, bro. Like, Poppa was a real nigga, bro. And Gotti only surround himself around real niggas, 42 Dugg, real nigga. ESTG, real nigga, Money Bag Yo, real nigga. But he a simp, he do real shit. But, hey, if you would have been going through the situation that he was just going through, you wouldn't have lasted a second, man. Hey, man, rest in peace to Poppa, dog. Shout out to CMG. They gave this guy a chance, man. They got this guy at the hood, dog. And unfortunately, his life got cut short at just 25 years old, bro. And a lot of us really be wanting to live longer than 25 years old, but we got to do what we got to do in order to live that long, bro. And a lot of us really don't do what we got to do in order to live, bro, past a certain age that we want to live past, bro. If y'all fuck with anything that I say, bro, y'all let me know in the comment section, bro. If y'all ain't like nothing that I say, bro, y'all let me know in the comment section, man. It's your boy Tony Black, voice of the block. I'm out. Peace.